Hello, beautiful people. Hope you're all doing very well. My name is Meg Moonbeam, and welcome back to the Beyond Astro weekly forecast here on the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. Happy Father's Day, everybody, and happy almost Cancer season. We're going to be entering Cancer season this week and having our summer solstice. So happy also summer solstice to everyone out there. Lots of interesting things happening in the Western astrology for this week. So we are going to get all into it. And let me know how you guys are all doing in the live chat or the comments below. Hope you're all doing very well. Tim, hello, Tim says, how is the weather in Belgium? We are expecting a heat wave in Michigan. Well, funny that you ask, Tim. The weather in Belgium is absolutely horrendous at the moment. I'll just be honest. It does not feel like summer. It's been cold, windy, rainy. So send us some of that heat wave, Tim, over to us in Belgium. But anyways, we're here to talk about the astrology. So before we get into it, as always, just want to mention, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube and Rumble channels. And I do offer personal astrology readings that are available at consultations.beyondmystic.net. And we have discount code Beyond Mystic, all in one word, that you can use to get 10% off your next reading with me. And I'm currently offering 1 year personal forecasts looking at your year ahead readings, also solar return, birthday year readings, and 1 hour birth chart astrology readings as well. So yeah, this is going to be a really interesting week, everybody. So we've got summer solstice. We've got, the solstices and the equinoxes are the starts of the cardinal astrological seasons. So the summer solstice is when the sun in Western astrology enters 0 degrees of Cancer. So we've got the start of Cancer season. We've got summer solstice. We've got a very intense full moon in Capricorn that we're going to be having on June 21st. And we're also going to be having, very interesting this week, a lot of squares to the planet Neptune, which is really interesting. So if you are a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, you are going to be very affected by the fact that we're having lots of Neptune squares this week, as I'm going to talk about. So let's start off by bringing up the chart for today, June 16th, Sunday, June 16th, as I am filming this video. And today we're having, very interesting, an exact Venus square to Neptune. Venus at 29 degrees of Gemini in an exact square to Neptune, 29 degrees, critical degrees of Pisces. We've been having that Neptune at the last degree in his home sign of Pisces, which is pretty intense. It is bringing spiritual awakening to a lot of people in its light side, having Neptune in his home sign of Pisces, the planet of spirituality and creativity. But on the challenging side, Neptune and Pisces at a critical degree can definitely bring in confusion, illusions, deception. So we're going to be having Venus square Neptune, which is exact today, but we're going to be in the energy of it over the next few days. Then we're going to be having Mercury square Neptune exact tomorrow. And then Sun square Neptune on the exact same day as the full moon on June 20th, June 21st. So it's a Venus square Neptune, it's a Mercury square Neptune, and it's a Sun square Neptune. So, squares are an adverse aspect in astrology, which are points of creative tension, where there's things coming up that are kind of like cosmic tests, if you will. They're points of creative tension. And with us having 3 planets making a square to Neptune this week, this is quite rare. And this is the universe really wanting us to learn through something, wanting to test us through something. We're going through like a Neptune initiation week. Amore here in the chat, hello, says Pisces sun, Pisces rising, Mercury in Pisces, and believe me, I'm feeling it. Wow. Well, thank you, Amore. I bet you are feeling it. And Hermiller 13 says it's another use discernment week. Yes, Hermiller, I'm so happy you said that because that was one of my points to share in today's, or this week's rather, Beyond Astro Weekly forecast, discernment, that exact word that you just said. Because with Neptune being the planet that, yes, he rules spirituality and magic and creativity and compassion, this is 3 squares to Neptune this week. So this is about confusion. This is about also mental health issues. This is people feeling highly sensitive. So, last week, if you watch my last Beyond Astro, last week I talked about how we had exact Sun square Saturn, exact Mars square Pluto, some really heavy aspects with the major malefic planets. And with these 3 squares this week with Mercury, Venus, and the Sun all to Neptune, it's not so much about anger, which was Mars, anger and frustration coming up last week, or volatility. It's like sensitivity and illusions. So this is a week where, and not just the 3 squares to Neptune with the different planets, full moon in Capricorn on June 21st, which is going to be the first of 2 full moon in Capricorns in a row, which is very rare. So we're going to have full moon in Capricorn June 21st, and then another full moon in Capricorn on July 21st. So this is a week where it can feel heavy in our sensitivity, in our emotions. If you are a Pisces, sun, moon, or rising, or you have major placements in your chart around 29 degrees of Pisces, which is where Neptune is right now, you're going to feel these squares more than the rest of us. Okay. But for all of us as a collective, this is where we can be feeling highly emotional. We can be feeling highly sensitive. Neptune is also tiredness and needing to rest, needing to sleep. Also in medical astrology, Neptune rules the immune system. So I think that this is a week where I'm not a medical expert, but in terms of the medical astrology, just taking extra care of your immunity, making sure you're taking good supplements, or I love to take like essential oils, for example, because we can be feeling just like lower energy this week with the squares to Neptune, more emotional. And Neptune also rules nostalgia, feeling nostalgic. So particularly, with this Venus square to Neptune, which is exact today, Sunday, June 16th, as I'm filming this video, but we'll feel it kind of all throughout the week, actually, this Venus square to Neptune. This is where many of us can be feeling nostalgic or very sensitive when it comes to what Venus rules, our values, our love life, our committed work relationship. So you may find yourself with the Venus-Mercury conjunct, which is going to actually be exact tomorrow when they both ingress into Cancer, feeling nostalgic about love. Okay. Interesting. JBF Beauty Club, thank you for sharing, says, feeling nostalgic today and missing my dad on Father's Day. He passed last year. Well, my condolences to you at JBF Beauty Club, sending lots of love. Yeah, makes sense. We can be feeling nostalgic. Augusta Simone is feeling the same. And there's definitely, like, I'm noticing in the collective with myself personally and with friends and family and clients in my personal astrology readings, a lot of people feeling like they're going through a death or they're going through a major grief. I've been noticing that with a lot of people, and I've been noticing that with myself. And I feel like we're grieving. Sorry, my hair is like being so weird at the moment. I feel like we're grieving the old matrix world that we are stepping out of, that, things are never going to be the same as they were pre-2020. This is a week with these squares to Neptune, and definitely with the full moon in Capricorn, where I think we can emotionally be feeling a lot of grief around what no longer is, what we are letting go of. So if you're feeling extra emotional this week, you guys, that's totally normal with these squares to Neptune. If you need to cry, let yourself cry. Better out than in. And actually, when we cry, it is really healing. I also want to say with the Venus square Neptune to just be really mindful if you are dating at the moment, if you've got any new love flings in your love life or you're dating, just using extra discernment because Venus, the planet of love, in square to Neptune, the planet of confusion and illusions, can maybe make it more challenging for us to be seeing clearly in new love affairs, new potential loves, for example. So just being mindful of that. Then in the chart for tomorrow, Monday, June 17th, Mercury and Venus both enter 0 degrees of Cancer. So this is interesting because we've been having this crazy Gemini season. We're at the end of Gemini season this week. We were having Sun in, well, we still have Sun in Gemini until Thursday. Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, in Gemini. Venus in Gemini. Jupiter in Gemini, which will be there all the way for the next year until June 2025. And this is actually a big energy shift because we're shifting into Cancer season. We're shifting into the summer solstice. And we're having Mercury and Venus conjunct 0 degrees, critical degree in Cancer, which is also heightening this theme of emotions, sensitivity, nostalgia, which can be in particular around not just our love lives with that Neptune is square to Venus, but also our homes. It's interesting. Some people are bringing up in the chat. I'm seeing multiple people bringing up in the chat, feeling nostalgia about their fathers or those that have passed on. T-Bus 444 here says, I definitely can relate. I've been feeling it too today. I miss my dad. He passed 2022. Well, I'm sending lots of love to you, T-Bus 444. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys, and I am always honest with you guys. This is a week of high sensitivities where, with Venus and Mercury conjunct 0 degrees of Cancer, full moon time, the squares to Neptune, I think a lot of us might be crying out of nowhere, possibly, or feeling really emotional out of nowhere. And personally, I'm not like a huge, big crier, but when I do cry, I'm like one of those ones that I will bawl my eyes out and just cry for a really long time. And as funny as it may sound, this is actually a good week for us too. And my cat is here. Sorry if you guys hear him meowing. I'm just going to pick him up. Say hi to everybody. This is actually a good week to honor your emotions, to actually a way that we can work with this energy is to let your emotions out, to let yourself cry, to do some emotional healing, to talk about your emotions, right? Mercury entering into Cancer, to talk about our emotions, Mercury, with our family, with our loved ones. So I think this is, even though a week that's on the challenging side, I'll be honest with you guys, with the 3 planets in square to Neptune, heavy full moon in Capricorn, that's a first full moon in Capricorn out of 2 in a row. It is a bit of a heavy energy, but I think that there's some really cool emotional breakthroughs that we can have if we make time to honor and feel our emotions, maybe let ourselves have a cry, maybe let ourselves, talk to a therapist or talk to a loved one about something. If there's something we've been needing to get off our chest, for example, if there's something been bothering us, right? And even though it's not a Mercury retrograde, which is our natural time in Western astrology to kind of be looking back, taking a look back at where we've been, being a bit more on the nostalgic side, this is a week of taking stock of how far you've come. In particular, in the past few years since, 2020 and all the craziness and changes that have been going on with that, taking stock with how far you've come. And I'm hearing Spirit say right now, have you made time to process your emotions of the past few years, of the times that we're living in right now? And if not, this is a good week to let yourself, again, do emotional healing, process your emotions. So let me know in the comments if that resonates, what I am sharing with you guys. And on what day is it that we're having the solstice? Is this a Wednesday or a Thursday? Let me just check my calendar. Thursday, June 20th is summer solstice. So happy solstice, everybody. And of course, the summer solstice is the start of Cancer season when the sun enters 0 degrees of Cancer. So we will be out of Gemini, but still having Jupiter in Gemini for the whole next year, and into Cancer season, the start of summer in the Northern Hemisphere. And Cancer season is very much about home, family, enjoyment of your home base, the summertime, celebrating with family, honoring our ancestors as well, and emotional fulfillment. So we're definitely going to feel a big energy shift as we go into Thursday with the start of Cancer season and summer solstice. And summer solstice in the natural calendar is our time to celebrate life if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, to spend time outside, to connect to the sun, to be in creativity and fun. So I always suggest doing something to celebrate the summer solstice. And we can actually look at the chart of the summer solstice, which is the moment that the sun exactly ingresses into 0 degrees of Cancer, to see what's the energy and themes going to be for our whole summer season in the Northern Hemisphere for the next few months. So this chart is really, really interesting because we've got this summer solstice is the day before a full moon in Capricorn. So the summer solstice ingress chart has the influence of that full moon in Capricorn. Full moons are, our portals, our moon phase portal of letting go and release. So with this summer solstice being within a full moon portal, this summer season is going to be a great time of release, something huge being released for the collective. And we're also going to have, sun in square to Neptune, almost exact. So there's going to be a lot of illusions being highlighted and exposed, especially also with Pluto at 1 degrees of Aquarius in trine still to Jupiter. So there's still that Gemini kind of theme, even though we're out of Gemini season, still with Jupiter in Gemini for the whole next year, and especially for the next couple of weeks. With Jupiter and trine to Pluto, lots of information being continued to be revealed to the public. But it's still kind of challenging to differentiate, what's real and what's not real during this summertime season, the whole time with the sun in square to Neptune in this ingress chart. So if you ever feel at any point for the rest of this month, for this whole summertime season, like you're feeling overwhelmed by the amount of information that is coming up and you're confused as to what's real, what's not real, what should I believe, what should I not believe. This is a good time to, yes, take information in from, alternative media and the podcasts and the things you like to listen to. But I've been feeling this really strong the past couple of days, Spirit sharing this with me intuitively. You don't have to have your belief set on something. There's nothing wrong, especially during these times of Neptune at 29 degrees Pisces and Sun square Neptune this week and the squares to Neptune. There's nothing wrong with sometimes just saying, I don't know. I don't know what the truth is in regards to that subject, or I'm not totally clear in regards to that situation in my life. I don't know. I'm not going to hold on to a belief or a perspective. And actually, you know what? I'm going to stay open. And I trust that the universe and God and source is going to reveal the truth to me at the right moment, the total clarity. And in the meantime, I'm going to be in trust and I'm going to be in faith and I'm going to be in that I don't know. And I'm going to have fun in that great mystery and that I don't know. And I don't have to hold on to a strong belief if I feel confused about it. Does that make sense how I'm sharing that? You guys, I really hope that makes sense. I've just been feeling that really intuitively from spirit, strongly from spirit this week. Is like, it's okay to be in the I don't know, right? Especially with so much information coming out right now, with so many different things happening, it can be a really confusing time to know what exactly is the truth, right? So it's okay to be in the I don't know. So, yeah, I also want to share with you guys, full moon in Capricorn on Friday, June 21st. Holy guacamole. So buckle up, everybody, because we are going to have full moon in Capricorn, June 21st at 1 degrees Capricorn. And then another full moon in Capricorn, July 21st at 29 degrees of Capricorn. So this is the dismantling of the matrix, right? And I love what Britt Marit says here in the live chat. Thank you for sharing. I really feel like we are leaving the evil matrix. Yes, I totally agree with you. You speak for me, Britt Merritt. And, you know, I'm filming this Beyond Astro Sunday, June 16th. And I think when we check in 2 months from now, after we've been through the cycle of these next two full moons, I think the world is going to look very different. I think the matrix is going to go through a huge dismantling. You know, full moons are about letting go and release and illumination. Capricorn is the sign that rules the matrix. Capricorn rules the systems and the structures of life, our society, our government, our world leaders, responsibility, the highest levels of responsibility. So I think there are going to be major releases and changes and further exposing of governments and political leaders with this full moon on Friday, June 21st, the days surrounding it, but also in the next full moon in July. So this is really intense that we're having these two full moons in Capricorn in a row. Really super powerful. And these are our two last full moons in Capricorn. And it's crazy that we're having two in a row, because usually you guys will have a full moon in Capricorn and then a full moon in the next sign, Aquarius, and then a full moon in the next sign, Pisces. So to have two full moons in a row, the same sign, this is really rare and this is powerful. And these are the last two full moons in Capricorn during the Pluto in Capricorn transit. We're going to be having Pluto go back into Capricorn for the last time in our lives from September 1st to November 18th. I've been talking about this a lot if you watch our content here. So this is a huge, I'm feeling spirit say the word purge of the matrix, of the demonic systems, you know, that don't serve us anymore, of certain leadership positions. So that's in the collective as a theme. For us in our personal lives with this full moon in Capricorn, this can be a major release around responsibilities we've been holding on to, jobs, careers, anything having to do with work or professionalism. And Capricorn is a sign that rules, you know, success and up-leveling. So full moons are not just about letting go and release, they're also about illumination. So this is a full moon in Capricorn that, yes, there's a major release of the matrix going on, but we're also being inspired to up-level in whatever area of life we have 1 degrees of Capricorn in our chart. So check in your chart to see where you have 1 degrees of Capricorn, because this is an area of life that you can be going through a release, but also a major up level since it's in the sign of Capricorn. So we can also be having very big reality checks around the time of this full moon, especially also with there being a sun in square to Neptune. At the same time, Neptune, the planet of illusions, Capricorn, the sign of reality checks. So this is going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. And of course, if you are a Capricorn or one of the other cardinal signs, you will be the most affected by this full moon, which we're going to start being in the portal of on Tuesday. Because this full moon is Friday, June 21st. The 3 days before and after a full moon, we are in the full moon portal and we are, you know, within the energy of it, working with it. So very powerful stuff, you guys. Let me know if it's resonating. And before I finish this week's Beyond Astro Weekly forecast, I want to mention that Janine has just released her medicine cards course over on the beyondmystic.academy on how to learn to use the energies of your totem animals through the very cool medicine cards. And if you guys have never heard of the medicine cards, go check it out because they're a really cool divination system all about the totem animals. So each of the cards are a different totem animal. And Janine is an expert at working with these cards. So if you'd like to learn more, go to the link in the description box of this video. And we've got code TOTEM20 that you can use all in one word to save 20% off the new medicine cards course. And also, I do offer personal astrology readings for anyone that would like more of a personal interpretation, astrology interpretation with me, and I love doing the one-on-ones. My readings, I think, are starting to be available in September, so I'm booked out until September at the moment. So if you would like to have a reading with me this year in person, live, make sure to book with me. And we do have discount code Beyond Mystic, all in one word, that you can use to get 10% off to have a reading with me. So, yeah, I'm sending lots and lots of love your way, everybody. Happy Father's Day. Happy summer solstice. Happy very powerful full moon in Capricorn, and happy squares to Neptune. We can still have fun even when we've got some adverse astrological aspects. And I'm sending so much cosmic love your way. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Beyond Mystic YouTube, Rumble, and X channels. And I'll see you all next time. Mwah! Bye.